Good evening, everyone. To improve the golden moment of opportunity and catch the good that is in our reach is the great art of our life. The time to has come to draw a curtain to our program as we come to the close of it. A very good evening and warm welcome to all of you to this validity section of the 3 days international workshop summer school and course preparation on solar water splitting and artificial photosynthesis FAB 2023 organized by Madurai Kamaraj University. I am Stefila. It's a matter of immense pride to stand here before all of you this evening. On the behalf of the institution, we are delighted to offer a gracious welcome to all of you. To begin this event, may I request you all to raise your feet for the invocation. Tamil Thai Valthu. நீராடும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெளிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனகே தமிழனகே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே. Thank you. It is a glad to welcome we bring to you this evening, filled with the desires, hopes, dreams we all share. May I take the pleasure of requesting Dr. S. Rajashabala, Chairperson of School of Chemistry, Madurai Kamaraj University, to welcome the gathering.
அன்னை மொழியே, அழகார்ந்த செந்தமிழே, முன்னைக்கும் முன்னை முகிழ்த்த நறுங்கனியே, கன்னி குமரி கடல் கொண்ட நாட்டிடையில் மன்னி அரசிருந்த மண்ணுலக பேரரசே, தென்னன் மகளே, திருக்குறளின் மாண்புகளே, இன்னரும் பாப்பத்தே, என் தொகையே, நற்கணக்கே, மண்ணும் சிலம்பே, மணிமே கலை வடிவே, முன்னும் நினைவால் முடித்தாள வாழ்த்துவோமே. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Madurai Kamaraj University, Professor J. Kumar, respected Registrar of Madurai Kamaraj University, the organizer from Norwegian counterpart, Dr. Smagal Kersnov, the organizer from France counterpart, Professor Nicolas Alonso Vante, the organizers from Indian counterpart, Dr. Santanu Das from Indian Institute of Technology, Varanasi, and Dr. Jayantinath Mayandi from Madurai Kamaraj University. Beloved resource persons, the chairpersons of various schools of Madurai Kamaraj University, the co-organizers Dr. Annaraj James Panti and Dr. Anita Kandasamy, coordinators, executive members, professors from MKU, non-teaching friends, the helping hands on the screen and off the screen, and my dear participants. Good evening to one and all present here. It is my privilege to propose welcome address for the valedictory function of SWAP 2023. We are all gathered here for the valedictory function of 3 days summer school program on solar water splitting and artificial photosynthesis SWAP 2023 during 5th to 7th June 2023. Today is a very auspicious day because our Honorable Vice Chancellor will deliver the valedictory address for the SWAP 2023. As an organizing committee member, I am very proudly say that this 3-day summer school program was purely materialized only because of the untiring support rendered by the scientists from Norway, France, Japan, and India. There is a proverb which says, outstanding leadership is having a compelling vision, a comprehensive plan, relentless implementation, and talented people working together. I am really privileged to have the pleasant task of welcoming the distinguished chief guest, Professor J. Kumar, the Vice Chancellor of Madurai Kamaraj University, who is a great driving force and guiding star for the 3-day summer school program. He is very kind enough to accept our invitation in spite of his busy schedule and deliver the valedictory address. Certainly, your presence adds more vibrant and energy. Dear sir, you are a man with great vision. I assure you are with your great vision, strong determination, and persistent action, everyone is capable of achieving greatness and bring more laurels to our Madurai Kamaraj University. Your vision of making Madurai Kamaraj University is one of the world-class university will be fulfilled in the regime of your golden period. Let me extend a heartfelt welcome to our beloved Vice Chancellor. Welcome, sir. We are very delighted to offer a rapturous welcome to our dynamic and enthusiastic international convener, Dr. Smogel Kosnov, who is the backbone for this 3-day summer school. There are no words to express his bond with Madurai Kamaraj University. I am happy to share that this program is one such outcome of the Memorandum of Understanding between Madurai Kamaraj University and the Institute for Energy Technology, Norway. I extend an elated welcome to you, sir. It is my duty to welcome the other organizers, Professor Nicolas Alonso Vante from Université de Poitiers, France, Dr. Santanu Das from Indian Institute of Technology, Varanasi, and Dr. Jayantinath Mayandi from Madurai Kamaraj University. Your utmost care and dedications towards SAP 2023 have kindled to do cutting-edge research among young minds. Welcome, sir. I cordially welcome our beloved chairperson from sister department, Professor Murugesan, School of Chemistry. He is always a helping hand when any tough situation arises. Welcome, sir. I am happy to welcome Professor K. Chandrasekhar, Chairperson, School of Biological Sciences. Your moral support for the successful conduct of this SWAP 2023 by providing CBA Hall and NRCBS Hostel are never be forgettable. I feel cherished to welcome all the eminent speakers who have come over here to grace SWAP 2023 and delivered their thought-provoking lectures. I elected to extend a hearty welcome to all. I am happy to welcome the co-organizers, Dr. Annaraj James Pandi, Head of the Department of Material Science, and Dr. Anita Kandasamy, Head of the Department of Physics, School of Physics, coordinators, executive members, professors from NEO and DIA schools of MKU, and non-teaching friends. My word of welcome next goes to all the vibrant participants who attended the program either by online or offline. The response from the participants was really very magnificent. A warm welcome to all. I thank the various funding agencies, namely Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, Tamil Nadu State Council for Higher Education, Department of Science and Technology, Promotion of University Research and Science Excellence of India, the Research Council of Norway, Defence Research and Development Organization of India, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research of India, RUSA, Heavy Water Board of India, DST SERB of India, and other sponsors for their financial support. Last but not least, my special words of welcome to all the helping hands for the tremendous and untiring support for making this summer school program a grand success. Once again, I welcome this August gathering. Thank you.
Thanks for your warm welcome, ma'am. As a token of gratitude and honor, I now request Dr. K. Smuggle to present the momentum to the chief guest of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor J. May I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor J. Kumar sir, to releasing the survey.
Yeah, please. That will.
Thank you. The fragrance of flowers spread only in the direction of the wind, but the goodness of a person spreads in all directions. We are delighted to have our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor J. Kumar, as a chief guest of the valedictory section. Give me an immense privilege to invite our Vice Chancellor to deliver the valedictory address.
Good evening to all of you, and I'm really very happy to be in this program. This kind of a program, if it has been organized in any other part, would have had more audience. And the title and the contents which has been listed in the program is really very interesting. I didn't have the time to participate in this scientific deliberations, but I know the significance of this kind of work. I have been following many such relevant activities. One of the very curious things is about the speakers, and I also had the opportunity to discuss yesterday, except for the professor from France. There are a lot of involvement in organizing this event, and I should appreciate and place on record the immense efforts taken by the coordinators. In an university like Madurai Kamaraj University, we have a scientific temperament and a very strong curiosity to promote a high level of research. Many of you who might have come from other places must be informed that in a country like India, we value of the title which is called as Bhatnagar Prize. I don't know how many of you know. Can you raise your hands if you know what's Bhatnagar Award? One, the students or the participants. Do you know what is this Bhatnagar Award? No one? Please Google. That's one thing I can say very easily. Bhatnagar Prize is as highly regarded as perhaps closer to even a Nobel Prize. It's not exactly a Nobel Prize, but it is very highly regarded in this country. And so all of you sitting young here must first know what kind of recognition we have in this country. And this university has produced 4 Bhatnagar awardees, and no other university in the whole state of Tamil Nadu has been able to get 4 Bhatnagar awards, not even 1 or 2, except few universities like University of Madras, which started with certain of these activities. See, some of the recognitions is not about just getting a prize money or getting a title. It is about the type of work which has gone behind, and the person, one of the Bhatnagar awardees, are just around this city itself. You can try to meet them. You might be informed that if you write to DST or DST announces, Department of Science and Technology announces an event to make young scientists meet Nobel Prize winners. How many of you know this? See, these are all the things you must know. Attending an event, participating in a workshop, learning some new things is very important, but getting a proper recognition and then trying to achieve this kind of recognitions are very, very important. So please also have a look at it. There is a methodology with which you can visit and interact with the Nobel Prize winners of the immediate past. So this is a very well-funded program. DST supports the entire visit, including your travel, accommodation, everything. And you will have an opportunity to sit and interact with the Nobel Prize winners for about a week. So these are programs which are of a lot of relevance to youngsters. So you must try to understand these opportunities. There are also other prizes in this country which are relatively, other than Bhatnagar Award, there are other prizes like Infosys Award, which are not for your level of awarding, but the Bhatnagar Award is certainly for people who are less than the age group of 40 plus. So you must, at least if you start today in understanding these kind of prizes, you will try to promote yourself and then try to achieve these kind of targets. I should thank all the invited speakers, essentially the group from IFE, Norway. There has been a lot of efforts by Jayantinath in order to promote this interaction, and also from other colleagues. I have been discussing yesterday with these speakers. One of the purposeful programs this country is moving forward is about promoting incubation and innovation. About 20 years ago, there was not much talk about incubation or innovation. In a very simpler vein, if you understand what is innovation, if there is already an existing product or material which has been invented or discovered, and if you add some value to it, like for example, you by now listen to many lectures, one is called as a functional material. If there is a material which is existing, if you try to functionalize it by adding or deleting some functional aspect of a structure or even the material components, then you call it as a functional material. So that is relatively can be called as innovation. But innovation comes through modifying many parameters, and your mobile phone is a typical example of innovation. You have n number of applications as of today in a given mobile phone, and so this is what is called as an innovation. But these kind of innovations cannot be incubated as it is. If there is a mobile phone, and if the first mobile phone had only a tool of communication, and subsequently we have added a lot of value in it, like you have an alarm, you have a data storage, you have many other parameters. These are only innovations, and only an organization will take pride of it, like Samsung or Nokia or whatever you call as iPhone, etc. That is innovation. But incubation is a very strong culture which is coming up in this country, and yesterday I was informed that we have more than 20,000 incubations which are happening in this state itself. It all started very humbly or in a very small way, something like 5 to 10 were there about 20 years ago, and we have very steeply raised this activity. Many times we also tend to believe that I have to be an inventor means I have to be an Edison or something like very different sense of very great level of thinking. In today's world, it is not about making an invention. You have to only see how that invention can be made as a product and made as a purposeful product. That is where your incubation should happen. You don't have to bother your head. For example, if you are sitting in this audience for all these 3 days and you see some of the presentations which are very purposeful, and you can put some value into it in terms of cleaning a pond or raising some methodologies to keep the water body clean for even animals, because all water bodies are not water which is potable or which is drinkable, but there are animals and birds and other species which want to take water from those water bodies, and so we must try to protect them or keep them clean. So in this aspect, if you can make some program with respect to cleaning a pond which is in isolation or cleaning an environment which has some practical difficulties, you can try to identify. And if you particularly waste management and cleaning water is the highest priority in this country, and with a very highly increasing world population, we need to focus on this. And you must be informed, there is also a very large funding available in this country. Many times we tend to believe that we are in a very different situation. We have a lot of population, we have minimum finance and all that. This is not the real truth. I am really getting a lot of informations that we have a lot of funding from various mechanisms. And once again, DST is leading in always funding mechanisms, and DBT has joined hands in the recent days, and DRDO, or the Defense Research and Development, they all give a lot of purposeful funding. In yesterday years, it was called as person-centric funding. So if I had a brilliant idea, like for example, Sir C.V. Raman, where we are all sitting in this, all in the name of Sir C.V. Raman, Sir C.V. Raman effect, many of you know, is still very highly valued or regarded. You might be wondering what it is all about. You have to ask Sashireka and people who are sitting in the audience as speakers. Sir C.V. Raman, or the so-called Raman effect, was very popular, and it was done about something close to 90 years. And even today it is valid. Why is it valid? You may try to raise a question. For example, if you have an interest in hydrogen as an alternative energy, and if you want to store hydrogen, you know very well it is not as easy or as simple as having a storage point to fill your gas, fill your car as a petrol or diesel. This has to be produced at the point of use, and therefore it is not so easy to produce and then deliver it. But India has taken a very, very large, giant leap, I should say, compared to many other countries. We have taken a very large, giant leap in terms of hydrogen production and then utilizing it. We have invested a very large amount, and we have already demonstrated we can do a lot of things. And Belgium is relatively a good competitor to us. Belgium is a very small country, as many of you may know, but it is the truth that they are a very big competitor to us in terms of considering these levels of hydrogen storage and production. To that, why am I elaborating with respect to Raman effect? If you have a sheet of material which is called as a two-dimensional layer, all of you might have heard about graphene. Graphene is nothing but just you have a pencil with you, a writing pencil, just put a dot on the sheet of paper, and then you take a good adhesive material like a 3M adhesive tape, and then you just put 100 times, and then take this dot of carbon which you cannot see anymore into a transmission electron microscope. Then you will see a very thin layer which is called as a two-dimensional layer, and this is what is called as a graphene. And this graphene, if you pump a layer of hydrogen, it takes an exchange structure, and therefore it is called as graphene. And to distinguish graphene from graphene, there is no tool other than Raman effect. You can challenge anybody, you can go and talk to anybody. There may be some tools which can identify the presence, localized presence of hydrogen. There are tools like RBS, IRADA, ERDA, etc., which are tools in a very popular way. In a way it is available, but there is no other tool other than Raman effect which can distinguish what I called as graphene to graphene. So you must understand, and a very distinguished work or a very outstanding work has its relevance even after 90 years. There has been several transformations in Raman effect, which was called as SARS, EARS, micro Raman, and all that. So in one way, the Raman effect sustained to make people utilize materials in today's world also. In short, the title of this program on solar water splitting and artificial photosynthesis has got a lot of relevance. But you as youngsters sitting here, you must find a way to practically put it into use. as I said, in lesser years, in about 10 to even 20 years ago, if there is a good idea as a researcher, you can send a paper for publication, and later on it came up that publications are equally important, but you should also make a patent. And then there was a saying, publish or perish. Now there are sayings like you have to make a publication or you have to make a patent. And added to these concepts, these startup ideas or incubation methodologies are now getting popular in our country, and there are a lot of funding agencies which are willing to promote your interest, particularly DST. I keep saying, if you have the ideas on water alone, they have a huge funding for promoting water alone. And they also promote very many new ideas of fundamentals like quantum computing. We have about 7,000 crores on quantum computing, which can be done only if you understand two-dimensional material or a very thin material. The same concepts, as I said, DSC was funding in a way it was called as person-centric. Now it is program-centric. So if I have as an individually a good idea, I can approach DST or the Indian funding agencies, I can get the adequate amount of funding. But now, beyond this concept of an individual's idea, the country is promoting ideas which are group-based or program-based. So if you submit a proposal with solar or photosynthesis or a kind of artificial intelligence, then that becomes what is called as a program centric. So all of you sitting here will be leading the country in the near future. So you must understand the methodologies and you must believe in the methodologies. 2 days ago, I was participating in a very important conference, and in that conference, one presentation was about how the methodologies for translation has evolved. Many of you may know, if you want to understand something, it is always you are thinking that it may be more easier if I read it, the content, for example, this souvenir, if it had been brought out in Tamil or in a language which is more convenient to you, then it may be a little easier for you to comprehend. This is the thinking we all have. And day before yesterday, I was really astonished to know that there is a methodology which is now available. This book, or a book of 500 pages which was demonstrated there, a 500-page book in English was translated in Tamil in 12 minutes. It is a project which was handled by the AICTE. Anuvadini is the title of this scheme. If you want, you can once again search in the web. It's really amazing. Whatever I am speaking as of this moment can be in real time translated into a language of your convenience. For example, there are audience people, experts sitting here from Norway, France, etc. So they may be more comfortable to listen my pronunciation in their language, like French, for example. In real time, this tool is translating my speech into the desired language. I have to only scroll and select the language and it will translate. This is the state of art translation. This, as you may know, is what is called as an artificial intelligence enabled activity. It's purely 100% artificial intelligence. And if you want, as I was also discussing a few minutes ago, if I want to write, one person told me in the morning, he wanted to write a research proposal and he said he used ChatGPT. I don't know how many of you know ChatGPT. How many of you know ChatGPT? Very good. At least I'm happy with this. So he is trying to write a research proposal. If I have to write a research proposal, it can be a very innovative idea or some flash of thought which I can kind of put it into some format and then submit. This is what is done usually. Or if I had been working on a given problem of catalysis, for example, for 10 to 20 years, then I understand the problem of newer methodologies, and so I write a proposal based on the existing literature or my own work. But he told me if he gives the parameters into ChatGPT, ChatGPT drafted a proposal which is what he believes, as a senior person, he believes the proposal has much better scientific value than what you would have done in a normal way. This is what he said. So you please understand, you are in a very, very faster world. Don't think you are all sitting here just listening to some kind of fabricated results, or results which are of novel nature, or results which are very different from whatever we have been taught. These are factors which are very critical and important. But I want to share with you the recent experiences. Two experiences I have told. One is writing a research proposal with ChatGPT has never been dreamt by a person like me. But this is the truth of the day. So you have to be very careful, but at the same time be happy also that you have modern tools. And the second most important tool, methodology, as I said, by AICTE, All India Council for Technical Education, they have come up with a scheme or a project, and they have been successfully able to demonstrate it. There is still a lot of hope or needs to improve, but they can translate any language. They demonstrated that if I speak in within minutes or the time frame with which I speak, it immediately converts into a text in English. And next moment, that text can be just dropped into another point, like whatever you would have seen in Google Translation. You just drop a content of the language in English or any other language, it translates into the desired language. Like that, they are able to do it. But here, the methodology they have adopted is about training the data. If you know something about data science and the languages of artificial intelligence or data science requires what is called as training the data. And if there is untrained data also, it should understand and it should progress. So here they have used a concept of training the data with the ideas of untrained data. What is it? If you have a word, that word in Google Translate will just convert it into the desired language. This is a very simple concept, or it is a methodology which is called as trained data. Whereas here they try to adopt a tool which is artificial intelligence enabled, which means you have a sentence, and sentence always brings in the conceptual statement. If you speak in words, the word will not fulfill a conceptual statement. Whereas if you speak as a sentence, the sentence covers everything and then puts it across and drives the point of the concept. So they use these conceptual statements and then they try to translate. In a forum like this, you may be very interested to understand many theories, and many of the books or materials which are very old in Indian literature has a lot of value systems. So some of them may not be available to you, or even, for example, papers which has been published long ago in European journals, which may be in some languages like Norwegian or German or French. It may not be easy for you to translate it, but you can see it in the website or you can get some copies from somewhere. But these tools are now going to help you in a very different way. The tool has a lot of benefits. Couple of them are like you have this book, the souvenir, and you can get it translated if you scan this as a PDF or even as a PPT or as a Word document. You can get it translated. There are many tools already in the web, or you can even commercially buy it. But for example, if there is a picture here or any other picture like this, it will not recognize. It will only recognize and then it will just perhaps make a copy of it. But in this tool, they are trying to identify the picture at the back with the artificial intelligence, saying this is the Gopuram of Madurai temple. This is the importance you have to understand. You may have a document in a very antique methodology, but you may not know whether this document and the corresponding figures or whatever images, what is it for and what is its worthiness. Whereas now this can be done, and this is all done in the Indian soil. So you must all feel very proud, and the amount of investment that has gone is very, very small compared to what Google does or what any other tool which is made by Microsoft and things like that. So, which is one of the important things I want to share. And once again, I would like to thank the speakers who have come all the way, and then in a very hot sun. I was told by Professor Narby that he has a stress. And yesterday night he told me the stress is not just due to the temperature, but because of people like you speaking to him at the poster sessions. So in the lighter vein, I understand that he is so involved in this program. And also I would like to thank the other speakers who have been able to come from long distances and have been able to interact with you, Professor from France, and Smagel, once again from Norway, and the person who spoke from Japan in online, Hiroshi. I would like to officially thank them all. I also would like to thank Dr. Santanu Das for his interactions with me yesterday night. And there has been other people whom I don't have the complete list. But as an university, I would like to represent and say that you all are most welcome to keep in strong collaboration with us. And yesterday, once again, our friend from Norway told me that he can make more interactive programs. And in a lighter vein, they told in DST there will be a call. The call will be, for example, Indo-US collaboration, or Indo-Japan collaboration, or Indo-Italian collaboration. And just a few minutes ago, they told me this Indo-Norway collaboration is not Indo-Norway, it is Tamil Nadu Norway. So you should understand how many people have gone from here. And this gives more hope for people like you to enthusiastically interact with them. And I also would like to tell the counterparts from abroad that we have an openness. We, as an university, Madurai Kamaraj University, as an openness. Many of you may know a lot of history behind this university, but one of the simplest things I have understood or I wish to convey is that this university has an open-mindedness. They want to interact with any level of people. We have about 21 schools with 77 departments of varying levels of subjects like arts, science, and then MBA, etc. From this year, we are bringing in new programs both at the undergraduate and postgraduate level with respect to artificial intelligence, cyber security, machine language, data science. And we also have brought in a new program of MBA, which you can convey to your friends or contacts. This is going to be an entrepreneurship management. This is the first time, at least to my knowledge, no other university has brought in a program of entrepreneurship management. This is because we have been told by a group of industries which has a trade activity. They told me that there is a lot of potential from India to promote entrepreneurship or to promote exports. And in this export, obviously, you need to understand the concepts, the terminologies used, and then the methodologies adopted from time to time. If you talk to a professor and he gives me some explanation, he told me, don't interact with a particular university. I'm just trying to convey the message to my colleagues from abroad. He said, don't try to worry too much about collaborating with a particular university. The reason he told me was, the faculty who were there about 20 years ago had a lot of reservations about the work which has been done here. This was not out of any ego or enmity, because they felt this is a high level of group which has been working on biological sciences, and they were not able to understand the output which has been produced. That is the reason they were little concerned about interacting. But today's world, nobody worries about such kind of statements. You want to interact with the mathematics professor, please interact. That's how you can promote your scientific output. And don't think an economics professor or a commerce professor is an unwanted person. You have to talk to them and understand what is the dynamics in today's commerce world with respect to digital trading. A lot of digital activities which are going on. Many of you know there is a portal by name in India. We have a portal by name GEM portal. This is called as Government Electronic Market. And you can buy a sheet of paper to this podium to any other material inside this hall. You can buy anything in one piece or even millions of pieces. And Tamil Nadu as a state is the leader in the trading activities of gem portal. You can put a product which you have conceived or want to promote or manufacture. You can put that product in the gem portal, and you will get a reflection of this product. You can sell it. This is the biggest advantage we have in this state or in the country as a whole. You can look into once again this gem portal. You don't have to always think about publishing a paper or making a patent. You should also make some money in a legitimate way. And this is what many of the scientific or research people forget to understand. We are doing science, we are doing it out of our own happiness, out of the recognition we get. But beyond that, the world is changing, and we should recognize the adoption of technology. And the adoption of technology means you have to promote your technology, you have to make it useful to society. That is the most important point. So I think I have given my whatever little experiences in the recent times. And once again, I wish all these youngsters, please take forward a concept of utilizing your ideas. There are methodologies available, there are fundings available, and there are peers or mentors who can handhold you or at least tell you whether your product will be sellable or your product has a meaning for a novelty. All these things are there because many people have a lot of experiences, but they did not realize or they did not have the opportunity like what you have in today's world. In today's world, you have a lot of opportunities to promote incubation, to promote startups. We can ourselves give you some money, which is called a seed money, or you can take some methodologies from different agencies. There are a lot of agencies within Tamil Nadu. I can give a big lecture on this. There is what is called as Entrepreneurship Development Institute, or which is called as EDA, and then we have at the government level what is called as a Startup Innovation Hub. They try to fund you, and the central government also has a lot of incubation center concepts like Niti Ayog talks about Atal Incubation Center, wherein it can be done as an institute, it can be done as a group by among yourselves, and therefore you can attract large funding. The fundings are of the order of crores, which is a huge funding. And the European Union and other agencies of Western countries, they want to interact with us because they know the dynamic with which India is growing, and at the same time they know how to make a product more effectively usable. So please interact, please make a thinking that you are not just a researcher who has got a degree and therefore you have to only do your work in terms of publishing a paper, get a Ph.D. That's important, that nobody denies that. But beyond that, there are recognitions like, as I said, the Bhatnagar Award. And the Bhatnagar Award is not given if you have found something today and tomorrow morning it is not given. You have to rapidly work on that. You have to establish your roots and then you get a recognition. So those recognitions are very, very important. And similarly, the methodologies, if you are a dynamic thinker and if you want to promote a new product, that's one aspect of it. If you want to just give a value addition, this is another aspect. So there are a lot of opportunities. Once again, I want to be very happy telling you all this information. At the same time, I would like to honestly appreciate the efforts of all the faculty members of the program and also those volunteers or students who had helped in this organization. I hope all of you had a nice experience. And once again, I thank the foreign speakers for coming all the way and then staying with us and giving their or sharing their valuable experience. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts with us. And now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to honor our chief guest with shawl. Dr. Smaggle. And Professor Truly Norway, Professor Nicholas Allens. Professor Nicholas Alonso, and Dr. Santanu Das. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. K. Smuggle, Institute of Energy and Technology, Norway, to deliver the concluding remarks.
Now the 3 days event is coming to end. Initially, when we planned to organize the school, we were thinking about 50, 60 physical participants and about 250 online participants, and we got under almost the same amount of participants in total, and I'm very happy with that. And I would like to thank all of you for sharing minutes of this 3 days school with for your very interesting questions and the discussions with the lecturers. And topic wise and presentation wise, we collected almost on all topics of the event. Also, special thanks goes to invited and the plenary lecturers that delivered very interesting lectures and that make this school very attractive to participants. And especially I want to thank local organizers under leadership of Dr. Jayantinath and Dr. Anita K, Dr. Anna Raj, and Professor Murugeshan, and Radishabala, yes. So just I don't remember all names, but I'm really thankful, and it was really on very high level, and So in summary, I wish you success in your future career, and I wish this school to be useful in your future scientific career, with new ideas, with new motivation, with new power, and in your activity. Thank you for attention.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope solar water splitting and artificial photosynthesis FAP 2023 has added a few memories to your life. We would like to know how will have efforts resonated to you. I request any two among the participants to give this feedback.
Very good evening to all distinguished guests. I want to express my heartfelt appreciation to SWAP Conference 2023. It has been a very useful to us as a young researchers in the field of solar energy and artificial photosynthesis. I also express our sincere gratitude to the distinguished speakers for sharing us knowledge. Lastly, I appreciate all the organizing committee of SWAP 2023. Let's all carry the knowledge gained, the connections forged, and the inspiration ignited. Together, we will continue our journey towards a greener tomorrow. Thank you to all the attendees, speakers, and all the members who have participated in this conference. It was a really useful conference to us. Thank you all.
Nobody will ask you that thing. Like, it's just start. Always protect your now. Then you can protect your. First, you should learn to sell yourself. Then your products. Thank you. I'm all you.
Greetings to all. From Loyola College, Chennai, I am Arokya Oliver Raja. I am very much happy to attend this meeting, this workshop. I have learned many new things, particularly the chief guest from Norway, France. our chief guests, they were very interactive. I could learn from them the behavior, many things. I could learn the nature of them. Many good values, morals I could learn from their activities. uh, I could get more friends from here, many brothers and sisters through this conference workshop. Really, everyone were good-hearted and nicely they were speaking. We had good food each day. The conference was very informative. It gave many blooming colors of many ideas for upcoming futures. Um, by everyone's presentation, I could learn many ideas and many ways, um, how in which path they were going. In that way, I could learn many things from each of your presentation in poster and oral. Thank you for all the presenters, chief guests, organizers of this event, Madurai Kamarajar University. I thank everyone. Thank you.
Thanks for your valuable feedbacks. Participants were very enthusiastic. I must thankful to all the participants for coming to attend the conference. I'm sure that the participants will have benefited by attending the conference. Now it's time to acknowledge and encourage the participants by presenting the memento. Totally 33 participants participated in the oral winner participation presentation. The judges selected the top 6 oral presentations. May I request Dr. K. Smuggle to honor the winners. In oral presentation, Riza Paul, Ph.D. Institute of Advanced Studies, Pilamedu, Coimbatore. R. Roshan, Chandrapal, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Umia, Indian Institute of Technology, Varanasi. G. Baby Shri Prada, M. Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai. Vinod Kumar, Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai. Thank you. Next, total 57 participants are participated in the poster presentations. The judges selected the top 6 poster presentation. I would like to invite Professor J. Kumar sir to honor our participants. Andhra S. Darshana, CSIR, Karikudi. Miriganki Singh, SRM Institute of Science and Technology. T. Arogya Oliver Raja, Loyola College, Chennai. Dr. S. Shubha Viveka, NMSS, Vellachami Nadar College. Arogya Oliver Raja, Loyola College, Chennai. Dr. S. Subha Viveka, Velachami Nodal College. Nandakumar S. Madurai Kamaraj University. And Saravanan Chandran, Madurai Kamaraj University. Thank you all. End of a story is the new beginning. On this note, let's conclude the remarkable, memorable, and knowledgeable event. To express the words of appreciation and gratitude, I would like to invite Dr. J. Annaraj, Head of the Department of Material Science, School of Chemistry, Madurai Kamaraj University, to proposing note of thanks.
Good evening, everybody. Honorable Vice Chancellor, fellow colleagues from MKU, faculty members from other universities and colleges, dear chairpersons of our School of Chemistry and School of Physics, eminent delegates from various institutions of India and foreign countries, and my dear students and participants. I am very proud to avail such a wonderful opportunity to propose vote of thanks on this memorable and historical event in the esteemed university. As our great Tamil literature Silappatikaram said, ஞாயிறு போற்றுதும் காவிரி நாடன் திகிரி போல் பொன்கோட்டு மேருவலம் திரிதலான் மாமழை போற்றுதும் நாம நீர்வேலி உலகிற்கு அவனளி போல் மேலின்று தான் சுலத்தலான். Such a way, our ancient people have shown their gratitude and worship the sun and water by utilizing their energies for agriculture and irrigations. We are also in position to thank them for obtaining energy by fabricating energy generating technologies such as photovoltaic system, solar energy devices, photocatalytic and artificial photosynthesis, etc. Not only the sun and water, we also need to thank the people or scientists who are working in this hard research fields, since they are providing with us clean and green energy and electricity, water, which is why we are gathering here. In this connection, on behalf of the organizing committee and schools of chemistry and physics, I convey my sincere thanks and gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor for accepting our invitation to deliver the valedictory address in the tight schedule. Sir, we are tremendously encouraged by your cordial presence and immense attract by your inspiring address on this special occasion. So once again, I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor on behalf of the organizing committee and the faculty members of our School of Chemistry and Physics for your augmented address. I add up my sincere thanks to our registrar in charge for the given morals and constant support in organizing the international conference and seminar. I extend my gratitude to the eminent scientists and professors Dr. Smagal, Dr. Truls, Dr. Nicholas, Dr. Sandanadas, Dr. Chachin, Dr. Kalpana Singh, and other speakers for accepting our request to address the pros and cons of their research findings to our young talents with their field of interest. I am certain that your lectures shall encourage and energize to promote our young researchers into their higher studies. My sincere thanks to the various funding agencies like SCRB, ROSA, MKU, CSIR, DRDO, TANSKI, TNSST, RCN Norway, Kurlang Booth, and our own Madurai Kamaraj University for timely help. I wish to thank the sponsors Aero Nero, Sinsil, National Scientific Company, Universal Scientific Company, Laser Spectra Services, GMAT, MATLAB, and ANTS Innovation for their unforgettable help on the time. I also thankful to our former Professor V. Ramakrishnan for his motivated inaugural speech. I also thank Dr. G. Kumarisan, respected syndicate members, research director, special officer, dean, estate officer, PRO, all the teaching and non-teaching staffs of our university for their constant support at various levels of this grand event. My sincere thanks to the chairpersons of our School of Biological Sciences for permitting us to utilize the CVR hall and accommodation facilities in NRCBS under his premises. I render my sincere thanks to Mr. Dr. M. Pandi, Assistant Professor, School of Biological Sciences, for arranging food and hall arrangements. I thank Dr. N. Krishna Kumar, Associate Professor, School of Physics, for being with us to chair the oral sessions and other needful supports. I have no word to express my thanks to our team of student volunteers for their support, dedication, and education efforts. They all worked smilingly, shoulder to shoulder, to make this occasion a grand success. All the organizers and on behalf of the organizing committee, I thank the non-teaching staffs of our School of Biological Sciences and School of Physics. Our special thanks to our PRO, Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai, for their kind support to in every our need. My sincere thanks to the co-organizers, Dr. Anida, Dr. Smagal, Dr. Santanadas, Professor Nicholas, and my dear colleague and brother, Dr. M. Jayanthnath, for their successful materialization of this grand event. I also thanked Mr. Ravi and Mr. Karthik for their necessary made in CVR Hall. Once again, I thank all the dignitaries and on the dais and off the dais, the faculty, facilities, and students in the auditorium for their majestic presence. I hope you might have tasted the acquired knowledge of the served scientific materials along with their food. If I missed any volunteer's name in the list of paper and mine, they will be always in my heart. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I also thank Prabhu and Prabhu and Rahul for their Prabhu and John Vimal, I thank for their camera and audio assistance. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, sir. We have now reached the end of the validity section function. There is the end to everything, but we believe there is never an end, but always a beginning. Congratulations to all. Yeah, wonderful year ahead. I will request all to rise for national anthem. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलसित रंगा दब शुभ नामे जाहे दब शुभ आशीष माहे जाहे दब सय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you all.